So my role as talent and development lead for Vodafone UK, I'm quite lucky that I have the opportunity to have a really broad range of things that I get involved with. And one of the things that makes the biggest difference for me is around talent management and the development that we do with our people. So we've probably got about 5 generations in the workforce now, which means that people want very different things from their career, depending on where they are in their life. So having policies, processes and approaches that are flexible enough to meet the different needs of different people is really important to us. So for example, we've got a very structured approach to our future talent. So when we bring in graduates and apprentices, we aim to give them the best grounding that we can in the kick-off for their career to make them the best leaders that they can be later on in life. And as people transit through their career and look for opportunities to grow and develop, we've got different things that meet their different needs.
Okay. And how does Vodafone measure and adapt to both the changing needs and differing requirements of their multi-generational workforce?
Yeah. So I guess the first thing to think about is how do we know what they want? And we do an annual census, so a people survey that's really comprehensive, that we have the same consistent measures across the whole of our group, and focus very much on the UK results in terms of what are our people really telling us about what's important to them. So that's a really rich data source for us that gives us a great kind of insight to then explore with them kind of in a bit more detail what that really means. We also do a quarterly pulse survey to kind of check in on some of the initiatives and interventions that we might have put in place to see how they're landing. So that constant kind of dialogue with our people is really important, because then that way you're getting some really live feedback around what you're delivering, and also you're able to adapt it to what they might need going forward.
And what are Vodafone doing to keep ahead of the needs of their workforce?
So I think there's lots of things that we're doing that we're really proud of. So we try and look externally for best practice, whether that's beyond Vodafone or to the other operating companies within the Vodafone group. And we really kind of look to how can we continually raise the bar for our people. So we have an approach to kind of our employees that we call the people experience. So we really put ourselves into their shoes of what does it feel like to be an employee, and how do we continue to give them that kind of flexibility and choice around how they want their experience within Vodafone. So that may well be that one of the things that we do is an approach called Better Ways of Working, which we know is massively valued by our people and a real driver for engagement. And within that we have offices where anybody can work, that also have flexibility around the types of environments within the offices. So we have space for quiet working, we have space for collaboration, we have space for creativity. So people can come into any of the Vodafone sites and know that they can start their work and start their day in the way that is important to what they need to achieve on that day. I think the other thing around Better Ways of Working is also the flexibility about the hours and kind of the location where people work. And we try and really put the customer at the heart of what we do. So in terms of kind of the line manager relationship, it's about how do you enable your teams to best serve the customer, whether that's from an office where you all need to collaborate and come together with a clear purpose, or someone may need to work more remotely because that suits their flexibility. So that's something that we're very, very proud of in Vodafone, to be able to provide that flexibility and choice for our people.
Yeah. Thanks.